Reflection United stand, it's been a shocking performance again, shocking result. Ross?
It was absolutely shocking, and look, I've sat here and watched a lot of these guys slam Mourinho. All season I've been back Mourinho. Why are people slagging him off? Back Mourinho. I've kind of lost that.
You turned?
I can't, and I'll tell you why. Because at the start of this game, I said if we don't play 3-5-2, we'll fucking lose it. We didn't play 3-5-2. Yeah, that saved us against Burnley. That's got us a result in Newcastle. We changed it for the City game and we're shit and been shit ever since. Played all right in the second half against Burnley, and then he changed back to that, and it didn't work. It didn't work from the first minute. Why Mkhitaryan played, I want him out of my club. I do not want to see him put in the United top again. I'm just fed up with him. I mean, it was laughable. And that geezer was right in what he was saying, the crowd cheering him off. Cheering him off, mate. I was cheering him out of my club because I don't want to see him again. It was pitiful. And look, Jesse Lingard was the best player on the pitch. Was Jesse Lingard great tonight? No, he weren't. The rest of them were just abysmal.
It sums up the performance, doesn't it? That's how bad we were. We were clueless, spineless, didn't want to take any risks. There was no interchanging and passing up. One time we was under attack, I counted 4 players in a line, just standing there. There was no movement, nothing.
They don't know what to do when they attack. If we break and we go 3-on-2, no one knows what to do. Mickey put in a shit cross to an 11-foot player. Rashford did pretty much the same thing. They just look lost when we attack. They look like they haven't trained in attacking football. Looks like they're training parking the bus, to be honest. It's no good. There's individuals. Geezer said it right about Pogba. I wanted Pogba as captain. I thought he's going to be the future captain of our club. What was he doing out there?
Throwing his hands up and down. There was a time there was a throw-in. No one would come take it. He's throwing the ball down. You want your captain to take the game by the scruff of the neck. You want someone to bollock the players and get their asses in gear. To be honest, it looks like throughout the whole squad, we don't actually have any real leaders.
We don't. We starved them, and absolutely starved. Matic looked like he was going to lead at the start of the season. He's gone backwards. A lot of the players have gone backwards. And I'm actually looking at that tonight and going, have we actually improved on last season, or has the Premier League just got worse? Because I'm seeing teams turn up at Old Trafford and playing crap, and we're still struggling to beat them now. I honestly believe we're where we are further developed than last season, because the rest of the Premier League's gone backwards. We ain't playing better than last season.
Do you know what? It's funny you say that, because I've been saying in all the match previews, all the match reactions, it's important to remember we have made improvements, we've got more points, this, that, more goals. But really, it's the rest of the Premier League are just that bad, and we're part of that bunch. We're 15 points off City. We're going to be more now, definitely. And have we actually made the improvements we think we made, or we've actually just stayed stagnant?
Stay stagnant, massively stagnant. And Jose is trying to, like you said, checkbook manager, he's trying to force the club to spend the money, which I agree with. I want our club to spend money because we've got it. We've got it in the bank, spend it. But he shouldn't need that. He has enough talent on there. I mean, the talent we have at the start of the season, we were lauding it. We had the best attack in European football, scoring 4 goals a game. How can it go that badly backwards? There's certain decisions that are being made that I just do not get. And Jose's got to real wake up and look what he's doing with his club, because he's going backwards and he has to sort it. And someone said earlier that he will walk. Honest to God, I'm like 90% sure he's going to walk at the end of the season, because he don't. There's one thing Jose.
Why? Because he's out of love with the club. He doesn't fancy it anymore. Hasn't been backed.
He's never turned a club round, right? He's got a shit club to do well. He's never actually got it right and then got it wrong again and actually turned it back round. As soon as it starts turning on him, he walks.
Is this something that's, his last season at Chelsea, when the players, they weren't playing for him, the performances were flat, they were losing games. Okay, we're not losing games left, right and centre. We're not at that stage yet. But does this look like the beginning of maybe that happening?
Yeah, it does to me. It really does. And if he thinks he can turn that around with 2 new signings, it ain't going to happen. The confidence, there's no confidence there. Rashford, I don't know how you can turn a player as good as Rashford was at the start of this season to what he is out there now. He looks just lost. And there's a lot of that. Matic looks lost. Pogba looks lost. The back 4 looks shot to pieces. We should not be playing a back 4 with 2 wingers in it. And if someone said Shaw had a good game, I thought he was watching a completely different game to me. I thought he was horrendous, to be honest. Look, he got in good positions, but he cannot put a cross in. The first rule of putting a cross in, you've got to beat the first man. Never did it. Every time it went out for a corner, yeah, you could argue we kept the ball, but when's the last time United scored a corner?
We don't score from set pieces, do we? We get centre-halves going up. We never, ever seem to score from them. It's like, why even send the centre-halves up? We're not going to score from it.
Nah, it's pathetic. Yeah, again, tried to knock it short. Even like Martial was taking corners towards the end. That's how bad our corner
That's another thing. We haven't even got like a consistent set piece. Who's our set piece specialist? Yes, Ash Young knocked in a couple of goals. Matter, yes, but in terms of corners, it's chopping and changing. Mkhitaryan's taking them, Rashford's taking them, Martial's taking them. It looks like they don't work on anything consistently. They don't work on these things. So our identity, I just think like we don't know what identity is. We don't know our starting 11. We don't know our best tactics. Don't know our best formation.
No, you're right. And that's it. United have always had a way of playing. The guy said it earlier. Under Moyes, we had a way of playing. It was horrendous. Under Louis van Gaal,
But you knew what you was getting.
we had a way of playing and it was horrendous. Jose hasn't got no way of playing yet. He looks literally lost. And for me, look, this may be me being like naive, but as a corner taker, if you can't beat the first man, why are you being paid to play football? I can beat the first man with a corner and I'm wank. Like, honestly, Rashford can't beat the first man with any corner. So when he comes out to take a corner, I literally just get my phone out and start texting someone because there's no point watching it.
Where do we go from here? Can we salvage anything from this season?
They're missing a right Keane. A right Keane. Someone who fucking, sorry, forgive the language, just grabs the whole of the match by the scruff of the neck. You know you don't have that.
Is that what it is? We haven't got the leaders. We haven't got those players. Who's gonna bollock someone on that pitch and
And Paul Pogba 88 million. No, he don't have,
No,
he
he
would not even lace Roy Keane's boots.
do you know what? Though? I don't want to start. I don't want to start getting into. Are we trying to turn on Pogba? Because we know Pogba's a fantastic player, one of the best midfielders in the world. Is it another reason that, like you're saying, Mourinho's making some of these players go backwards and live in a shell?
I think he is. Like, so, the Rojo guy said it earlier. I don't know his name, unfortunately, but Paul, that's it. He was immense at Juventus. What's gone on? Why is he so shit? Because
Why does he have to come into the shell when he came to United?
Yeah, he's crap. He was crap tonight.
He's
He was
crap.
absolutely crap. But I tell you what it
He's
is.
the most expensive midfielder in the world, and why is he crap playing for Manchester United?
I tell you why. There's a small reason for that. Because for me, if I'm Paul Pogba and the centre backs have got the ball and I run for the ball and I don't get it, there's only so many times I'm going to do that before I just stop running. That's what he was doing. He was standing there towards that second half, going, "What's the point me moving when Jones can't find me, Shaw can't find me, Young can't find me?" That's kind of what it is.
I'm going to ask you this, yeah? Answer it honestly. If Pep Guardiola's here, do we do what City are doing now?
Yes. That's awful to say, man. That's horrible, but we do.
I'll agree with that as well, yes.
We do. Yeah, we do.
He's just a better manager.
Let's be honest,
At the minute, he's
they're going out there. They know they've lost the league already. We know we've lost the league already. Let's be honest. They got nothing to play for.
They have. The fucking
The only thing-
the
the
pride
only-
of
the
that
only-
75,000
the only thing
people
we've
paying a
got-
ticket
the
to get in that
only
game.
We've got to play this season is the Champions League.
Yes. And you know what?
They're not going out there to win a game in the league. And you're right, we're paying money to go see them. But their head ain't in the Premier League no more. And that is the fact of it.
Yeah, but what we won't
That
do,
is a fact
we won't
of it.
get top four. And I tell you what, if that happens, it'd be gone. It'd be absolutely gone.
And you're
Yeah,
right,
but
it should-
Mourinho's tactics might work well in the Champions League, is the only thing.
Ross, thank you so much for talking to us.
Thanks, boy.
Cheers. Where's Sophie?